So how do these compare with our estimates?
Very favorably. Purchase orders for the men's line are up 78%.
And business is up 22. We're in good shape.
Hey, did you see those roughouts?
Yes,
Could you have somebody bring them back down?
I already did. Come on in. Thanks, George. That'll be all.
Hey.
You know, I really like what you've done. I really do.
Yeah, I like them too. We're gonna have a great fall lineup.
So have you seen our latest figures?
No, not yet. Very impressive.
You've been busy.
A lot of work to do.
We've barely talked.
Since Big Bear.
So how are things? Better?
Better?
Between you and Taylor.
Oh, we're working on that.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
And how have you been?
Well, things have been interesting.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. You'll never guess who I had a date with last night.
Macy.
Hi. Did I get you out of bed?
No, actually, I'm taking the morning off. Come on in. So, how's it going?
Great. How are you?
Couldn't be better. What brings you by this morning?
Well, I thought Karen might need a ride to work. And since you're not going in, I guess she does.
I don't think so. She's at work already.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Coffee?
Yeah. So you talked to her?
Yes, I spoke with her this morning.
You called her.
Look, Macy, it's pretty obvious what you want to know. You want to know if Karen spent the night here.
Well, Connor, I assume she did.
Okay, so why the quail hunt?
Can I be blunt?
I wish you would be, please.
Did you go through with it? Were the two of you intimate?
It's breathtaking.
I've got a line on the fabric.
Expensive?
Not at all. We'll bring this baby in under 300.
I'll believe that when I see it.
You'll see it.
Well, keep me posted on how it develops.
I certainly will, boss. You feeling all right this morning?
Yeah, fine.
Good.
Oh, you know, thanks for last night. The advice you gave me.
I hope it helped.
It did.
Look, Karen, if you don't feel comfortable talking about this, I understand.
Yes, Connor and I made love.
You did, huh?
Mm-hmm. I'm sure he would have told you about it anyway.
Well?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not very proud of myself.
It wasn't what you wanted?
I didn't think so.
Then why'd you do it?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
I guess I just got caught up in the moment.
Then you had a night you'll never forget.
Well, it was kind of a blur. More like a night I'll never remember.
Why? Were you two drinking?
A little.
How much is a little?
One drink. But I mean, I told him to make it weak. But I guess it was probably a little stronger than I thought.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
So, what exactly are you saying? Were you intoxicated or not?
I had 2 drinks. And the second one I said not to put any alcohol in it. At least that's what I asked for.
You went out last night.
Yep.
With whom?
A guy.
Really? An actual living, breathing guy? Mm-hmm. Who was it?
Just a friend, somebody I met.
At a bar?
Oh, give me a break.
Do I know this friend?
Ridge, why all the questions?
I'm just curious.
Well, don't be.
You gonna see him again?
Yes, I think so. I mean, he's very interesting.
Oh, but you don't want to talk about him now.
I don't want to jinx it.
Oh, then is that important?
I hope it turns out to be that important. I need a relationship, Ridge.
Intimate relationship, huh?
Well, it's been a long time. Sometimes I don't think I try hard enough.
Why is that?
Because I have you and the kids, and it's all very comfortable. But it's not enough. I need to be touched, and I need to be loved, and to love. I'm sure you know how important that is. You have Taylor, but could you imagine if you didn't have her, Ridge? I can. Because that's my everyday existence.
So this guy, you think he might be the one?
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. But it's worth a try, right? I feel really foolish.
About what?
About all those things that I said in Big Bear.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Well, I'm not really worried about it. I'm just a little embarrassed, that's all.
Well, don't be.
I imagine you told Taylor.
No, actually, I didn't.
Why not?
I don't know. What would that serve?
Just to set the record straight. All those things I said up there about you and me and the future. Well, I said those things because I thought Taylor was getting involved with another man. Since that isn't the case, my intention is not to come between you and your wife. That's very important for you to know, Ridge.
I know that.
Wow, you aren't kidding.
Come on, Connor. Karen will tell me if you don't.
Why do you care?
Because Karen is my friend, and I know that she wasn't comfortable about this.
What? She told you that?
Indirectly, yes.
Well, what did she say
Come on,
directly?
you expect me to tell you that?
Well, don't expect me to tell you whether we slept together or not.
All right, all I want to know is if you did, was she okay about it?
You are amazing.
Oh, come on. Like, you and Anthony don't sit around talking about this kind of stuff over beer and pretzels?
We're friends.
And what am I, chopped liver?
This is different.
I'm a woman.
That's right. And you and Karen relate to each other the way that Anthony and I relate to each other.
I hope not.
Macy, why the hostility?
I'm not hostile, Connor. I just want to be sure that you didn't...
Didn't what?
Karen is vulnerable.
I know she's vulnerable. Look, Macy, I admit she was nervous when she first came over, but we had a few drinks and everything was fine.
A few drinks.
It's not the way it sounds. Believe me, I care about Karen.
So you wouldn't do anything that she wasn't ready for?
Of course not.
Well, I mean, at least you had protection.
Oh, yeah, you saw me take them out of the desk.
What?
Wait a minute.
You don't think that Connor could have been spiking my drinks? No, he wouldn't do something like that.
No way.
But still, I was pretty high. I mean, I can barely remember last night.
Then it could have been one terrific evening.
Or it could have been that I was drunk.
Well, what's the bottom line? Do you regret it?
romantic. You know, I would hate to think that Connor could make love to me without really being in love with me.
He probably is.
Probably?
I'm sure he is.
You're just justifying for him. You don't know how he feels about me any more than I know.
Karen, the man is wild about you.
I would hate to think that he would be insensitive.
Well, look, you did what you wanted to do, and the evening turned out okay. I think you're being a little overly analytical about this.
I'm not being analytical. It's just, I can't make love with someone unless I love them. And I'm not sure that Connor has the same standards for sex that I do.
And for that, you indict him?
No. I indict myself.
Connor, I really have to get to work. What's wrong? Connor, what's the matter?
This is what's the matter.
What about those?
These are what I was supposed to use last night.
You were supposed to use?
Yeah, supposed to.
Connor, what are you saying? Are you saying you made love to Karen and you didn't use one of those?
How could I have been such an idiot?
That's a good question.
Look, I thought...
I don't care what you thought. Are you sure? How many of those are left?
They're all three still sealed in the package.
Men.
How could I have forgotten?
Well, you were drunk, weren't you?
No, we weren't drunk.
Just enough to be irresponsible.
Look, let's not overreact, okay? First of all, we were both tested for HIV, so we don't have that to worry about. And it was one time we had sex once. And she's probably not pregnant.
Probably.
Macy, you need to do me one favor.
What?
Please don't say anything to Karen, not until I get my head together.
Connor, I'm sure she knows.
No, I don't think so.
What, were you that out of it? How many drinks did you have?
One or two?
Or 3 or 4? Come on, you say you care about Karen and then you do something like this.
It was a mistake. All right? I didn't intend to have unprotected sex with her.
No one intends to have unprotected sex, Connor, unless they're stupid or they're trying to make a baby, and you obviously fall in the former category.
I was not careful enough, and I admit it. And now I'll deal with it.
By not telling Karen.
Just not yet. I don't want to freak her out unnecessarily.
If I were her, Connor, I would want to know. You say you care about Karen. Well, now is your chance to prove it. The two of you have got to deal with this. You were intimate, and intimacy has its price. Pay it.
So, Ridge, please send over any of the original sketches that you're working on this afternoon, okay? And like I said, I'm very pleased with the way the fall line is looking. Anything else?
Has Dad talked to you yet?
About what?
Our plans for expanding to Europe.
No.
Well, I'm sure he will.
What's going on there?
It's come together, Logan. It's a done deal. We are opening in Europe.
Why wasn't I consulted on this?
Look, you and I were busy with the spring line. Dad needed something, so he took this on. Now, please don't get on his case about it.
No, Ridge, I don't intend to. Europe.
Something we both wanted.
Well, yes, it was my dream.
Well, it's about to come true.
An expansion to Europe. When this first came about, I was very excited about it. So tell me, fill me in, give me all the details.
Well, Dad's got the details. He'll give you copies of everything.
Well, who's going to run the operation?
He thinks I should.
And you should, Ridge. You laid all the groundwork last year. You know these people. They know you. This is going to take a lot of planning, and this is very important for the company right now. So when do we leave?
We?
Well, certainly I will have to go over there.
Why?
Because I am the head of this company, Ridge. I appreciate everything that Eric's done up till now, but I have to get involved at this point. Surely you didn't expect me to sit on the sidelines.
Well, I didn't know you wanted to relocate, and that's what we're talking about here.
Do you want to relocate?
I will under certain circumstances.
Well, what about the children? You've grown so close to them.
To be honest, I hadn't thought about that.
Well, don't think about it, Ridge. Because I'm going to go to Europe with you, and I'm going to bring the kids. Come in.
Hi.
Hi. You're here to get those reports.
Yeah. So, how are you this morning?
Fine.
How was your date with Connor last night?
Why do you ask?
I saw Connor this morning.
Oh?
Yeah, I stopped by. I thought maybe you'd need a ride to work.
So Connor told you what happened? It's amazing, isn't it?
What's that?
How he can be so casual and cool and collected while I'm sitting here acting like I just lost my virginity.
Well, if it's any consolation, he wasn't that calm and collected.
Well, he sure seemed that way this morning. You know, Connor and I, we just don't look at lovemaking in the same way.
Well, he's a man and you're a woman. You wouldn't look at it the same way.
Yeah, but you know what? That doesn't cut it. I mean, maybe our experiences are different, but I'd like to think that he loves me.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying that I was having a hard time last night, and he knew it. And I just think he could have been more sensitive. And that whole drinking thing, this has got me very bothered.
Did you go a little overboard?
I only had 2 drinks. The first one I said he should make it weak, and the second one I told him not to put any alcohol in.
So you're saying you only had 1 drink last night?
That's what I thought.
Karen, what do you remember about last night?
What do I remember?
Yes.
Why do you ask?
Well, I assume you were conscious.
Of course I was conscious, Macy. It wasn't that bad.
Then you do remember what happened.
Yes, we made love. That's what happened.
I guess what I'm getting at is more specific. Do you remember the details of making love to Connor?
The experience wasn't all that I'd hoped it would be. I mean, I gave myself to him. And for me, that's a very monumental thing. I wanted it to be perfect, but it was less than perfect. Because I wasn't all there. I couldn't enjoy it completely because I wasn't present. And I wasn't being responsible. I mean, thank God Connor was.
Karen, there's something I have to tell you about last night. And it is very, very important.